Hey everyone, the legend has returned. What you're looking at right now is not just a Carritz, a revival of muscle car royalty. This is the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 302, a name that echoes through the annals of American automotive history. Reborn for a new generation with modern performance, advanced technology, and a design that blends retro cues with cutting-edge attitude. Today, we're diving deep into everything this machine has to offer, inside and out. From its styling to its snarling performance and whether it deserves a spot in your garage. So, buckle up. Let's start with what hits you first, the presence. The 2026 Boss 302 commands attention before the engine even starts. The front fascia is aggressively sculpted, wider and lower than the standard GT, with a new honeycomb mesh grille design that subtly nods to the classic '69 original. Flanking the grille are narrow LED headlights with a smoked finish, giving it a menacing glare, while a functional front splitter adds aerodynamic bite and track-ready aggression. The new air intake system integrated into the hood isn't just for show, feeds the beast within, and you can hear the faint whistle of power even when it's parked, moving around to the side. The Boss 302 rides lower on its exclusive MagneRide adaptive suspension. You'll immediately notice the staggered wheels set up 19 inches in the front, 20 in the rear, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. The fenders are slightly flared to accommodate the wider track and a bold side stripe reminiscent of its 1970s ancestor runs across the lower doors, emblazoned with the Boss 302 script. The profile is fastback, classic, but sharpened. Every curve has a purpose, from the functional vents behind the front wheels to the slightly sculpted rocker panels that help with high-speed airflow. From the rear, things get even more serious. Quad exhausts poke out beneath a beefy rear diffuser, pumping out a guttural growl that sounds like it was tuned by thunder itself. A revised decklid spoiler adds just enough downforce without looking overstated. The tri-bar LED taillights flicker with a sequential flash, another Mustang signature that Ford wisely kept intact. Everything about the rear end says this is not your average muscle coupe, it's a road-legal track warrior. Stepping inside, you're greeted with a cabin that feels more performance-focused than plush, though Ford didn't skimp on premium materials. The Recaro sport seats come as standard, with deep bolsters and suede inserts that grip you through every turn. The flat-bottom steering wheel is leather-wrapped with contrast stitching and features a bright red drive mode selector, a constant reminder that you're piloting something special. Digital meets analog beautifully here. A 12.4-inch customizable instrument cluster gives you real-time telemetry, lap timers, and even G-force readings, while a 13.2-inch SYNC5 touchscreen handles navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and performance settings. The interior trim is a tasteful blend of carbon fiber and brushed aluminum, with small callouts to the Boss legacy like the chassis badge on the passenger side, which includes the build number of your car. Ford has improved sound insulation slightly, but you still hear that glorious engine note rumble through the cabin just enough to keep your senses alive. Under the hood, this beast houses a naturally aspirated 5.4-liter V8 evolution of the Coyote platform, pushing out a fierce 525 horsepower and 460 pounds-ft of torque. And it revs all the way past 7,800 RPM. Ford has opted for a 6-speed Tremec manual gearbox as standard, with a 10-speed automatic as an option, though true purists will want to row their own gears. This car doesn't just perform in a straight line. With upgraded suspension geometry, stiffer bushings, a Torsen limited slip differential, and chassis tuning derived directly from Ford's GT4 racing program, the Boss 302 hugs corners with confidence. 0 to 60 clocks in around 3.9 seconds. But it's the mid-range pull and braking that will truly leave you breathless. The Brembo 6-piston calipers in front and 4-piston in the rear bring things to a halt with brutal efficiency. Ford has tuned the exhaust system to let out a mechanical snarl that's raw, unfiltered, and unmistakably American. On the track, this car thrives. It feels light on its feet, responsive to throttle inputs, and composed under pressure. Drive modes include normal, sport, track, and a customizable mode where you can dial in the steering, throttle, suspension, and exhaust to your liking. As for pricing, Ford has managed to strike a relatively sweet spot. The base Boss 302 starts around $56,000, which is just above the Mustang GT Performance pack but significantly less than the GTD or Shelby GT500. Optional packages can push it up to the mid-$60,000 range, especially if you spring for the carbon track package, which adds lighter wheels, aero bits, and deletes the rear seats for weight savings. So, should you buy one? Well, here's the thing: the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 302 is not trying to be everything to everyone. It's raw, it's focused, it's loud, both literally and philosophically. If you're someone who wants the ultimate balance of analog driving feel with modern tech underpinnings, this car makes a compelling case. It's not quite a daily driver in the traditional sense, but if you're okay with a firm ride, reduced rear seat, usability, and the occasional stares from strangers at gas stations, you're going to love every second of owning this machine. For collectors, the Boss 302 badge already holds a special place in Mustang lore, and this new version only adds to its legacy. For enthusiasts, it offers a level of performance, feedback, and character that's becoming increasingly rare in today's market. That's it for this deep dive review of the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 302. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth car reviews, and drop a comment below. What do you think about the return of the Boss? Would you take it over a Camaro ZL1 or a Challenger Scat Pack? Let's talk muscle. Until next time, keep it in gear, and I'll see you on the next drive.